And this is where another analogy helps, because slow hiring is a bit like noticing a leak in the ceiling and deciding to place a bucket underneath it rather than actually fixing the roof. At first, it feels manageable because the bucket catches the drip. The room still functions, the house still stands, so you tell yourself it's under control. But over time, the bucket fills, the drip continues, and the damage spreads. And what could have been sorted earlier becomes a bigger problem to fix later. That is what happens when an MSP delays hiring too long. The team becomes the bucket. Senior engineers carry more escalations. Team leaders spend less time leading and more time covering. Directors become operational shock absorbers instead of strategic leaders. And because everyone is keeping things going, the business convinces itself it's coping. But coping is not the same as scaling well. And that is the hidden cost of "we'll recruit soon." It rarely feels like one big bad decision. It feels like manageable, postponement until the accumulation starts to show. Let's keep building this properly, because another thing slow hiring changes is how you experience opportunity. When an MSP is properly resourced, growth feels exciting. A new client comes in and leadership thinks, brilliant, let's go. A strategic partnership appears and the mindset is, yes, we can support that. A project lands and the team has enough capacity to absorb it without everything wobbling. But when hiring is lagging, opportunity starts to feel different. And this is where I often think about it like a restaurant in the middle of a busy service. If the kitchen is fully staffed, a full restaurant is a good sign. It's busy, yes. But is it profitable busy? Controlled busy? The kind of busy that tells you the operation is working. But if the kitchen is already short-staffed and bookings keep coming in, the exact same full restaurant starts to feel pretty stressful. Now, every new table is not just revenue, it's pressure, it is risk. And another demand on the system that's already stretched. And the opportunity has not changed. The internal capacity has. And that's exactly what happens inside a scaling MSP. New opportunities should feel energizing. But when recruitment pipelines are weak or delayed, partners start responding to growth with caution rather than confidence. Not because they are negative, not because they lack ambition, but because they do not fully trust the current delivery capacity to carry it well. That is a huge shift, because once growth starts to feel threatening rather than exciting, leadership behaviour tends to change. You hesitate more, you hold back more, you analyse more, you become more conservative in decisions that in a better resourced environment would feel straightforward. So yes, growth opportunity absolutely has a shelf life, but the bigger point is this: slow hiring shortens the window in which you can confidently act on it.